Okay. Hey guys, it's me, Nilsa. You guys might recognize me from Floribama Shore if this is coming across your For You page and you don't follow me. I ask you to stay for the full 60 seconds and I'll explain everything in the video. For those of you that do follow me, you guys know I was in Miami, not this past Monday, the Monday before. I got a call and Kirk, my castmate from Floribama Shore, he's been in the ICU since 2 Fridays ago. So tomorrow will be 2 weeks that he's been in the ICU on a ventilator. He has a necrotic pancreas or pancreatitis. I don't know the exact term, but he has been in the ICU for almost 2 weeks now. He's going to have a long road to recovery. So his mom asked me to share this video because she did start a GoFundMe page for him and his medical bills and for his rehabilitation for after he gets out of the ICU. And everything that gets donated to the GoFundMe is going directly towards his medical bills and his recovery. He's going to have a long road to recovery. I did fly down there and see him. It's one of the hardest things I've ever seen in my life because you guys know how close me and Kirk are. He's been there for me for the past 8 years of my life. He was there for me when I had Gray, my baby shower, my wedding. He walked my mom down the aisle. I love Kirk so much and I love his family so much. And I flew down there because I would have want someone to do the same for me if it was my son. Okay. The reason why I asked you guys to stay for the full 60 seconds is because next month, whatever I make from this video and posting this video is going to go directly to Kirk and his mom for his recovery. So I'm going to post a link for his GoFundMe in my bio. We're not going to give too many details. When I saw him, it was one of the hardest things I've seen in my life. Next to seeing my dad in the same situation. So please pray for him. He's going to pull through, and we haven't really posted about this online because it's not anything we wanted to share until we got the approval from his parents. And I'm like shaking because this is like one of the toughest things that I've had to go through, is seeing someone who's like my brother, like fighting the way he is. And I've tried to make this video a few times and I'm like, oh my God, I'm like shaking. So the GoFundMe is going to be posted in my bio in the link. You can click my link tree. It'll be the top one there. And any single cent, penny, dollar, whatever I make from this video is going to go directly to him. Please keep him in your prayers. The GoFundMe link will be in my bio. Thank you guys. And please, please, please pray for Kirk.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of Nerd Chronicles, with your host, the socially awkward nerd Christian Paul speaking. And right now, at the time of this recording, it is May 4th at around 11:22, approaching Eastern Time, approaching a little over a half hour from May 5th Eastern Standard Time up in New York. And I'm coming to you because I just found out that one of the members from MTV's Floribama Show, like one of the reality TV brethren of MTV, Kirk Medas, has tragically passed at the age of 33, stemming from pancreatitis. Definitely, he passed away at the Miami hospital, unfortunately and sadly, last Friday, May 2nd. And he tragically passed from necrotizing pancreatitis, which definitely leads to organ failure. And in his case, it definitely was a case of liver failure stemming from necrotizing pancreatitis, right? Basically, it's a disease that involves the pancreas. When you have pancreas inflation, pancreatitis inflammation is extremely severe that can cause tissue death, hence the term necrosis, right? Stemming from a form of acute pancreatitis in which it's like disease in the pancreatitis, in which part of your pancreas basically dies. It's basically no longer in use. It's basically done. You can't even use it anymore. It would have to require surgery. Your pancreas is part of the gastrointestinal tract, right? It's part of your digestive tract, right? So that stems from gastroenterology. Gastroenterology involves your digestive tract in the human body, right? So that's where all this stuff mainly has come from. And in Kirk's case, him tragically passing away from liver failure stems from the necrotizing pancreatitis, When you're dealing with like a heavy death in the pancreas, you could create fatty livers. It could create like a liver overload or any other form of organ overload that could cause any form of organ failure that you don't know how long that patient could literally be alive on this earth. He or she can literally pass away at any given moment. So let's actually give a review as to actually what went down in this extremely tragic situation. Now, this is a post that Amy from Floribama Shore, one of Kirk's castmates as well as close friends, have mainly posted in regards to Kirk's tragic situation. So you really hate seeing something like this mainly happening. And there's so much of his life, so much going on, and so much potential that, he could definitely live by with the rest of the crew. And it's just so it's beyond words on how to describe it. It's just indescribable. It's just sickening and saddening. So what we know in this, Kirk has been in the ICU battling pancreatitis. In regards with that, the necrotizing pancreatitis, basically for about a couple weeks. Basically, a GoFundMe has been lodged by his mother basically around the time. And then when funds started coming in, 2 hours after the fact, Kirk tragically passed away, right, at a local Miami hospital. And now this is what has not been given. We don't fully know, or the public does not fully know, if what caused his pancreatitis to happen in the first place. We don't know if it was excessive drinking. We don't know if it was lifestyle habits. We don't know if it's hereditary habits. We don't specifically know until we get confirmation from either a member of Kirk's family or one of Kirk's closest friends in regards to that. So we can't speculate on what's really going on and all of that. However, what we do know is that Kirk, unfortunately, clearly did not have any medical insurance around his time of living. Even though he is actually getting, I don't know how much, I honestly don't know how much, they get paid from Floribama or Sally Ann Salsano, how much they actually pay the castmates to actually just participate in the show. We don't know on that. But what's been given is that due to the fact that he does not have any medical insurance and a GoFundMe has been formed to try and help out with the medical expenses, that's overwhelming. That's all we know, right? I can't really give too much medical advice in regards to the situation because I'm not a licensed physician. I'm not anything that's clinical, even though I've worked in the medical field, even though I still work in a medical practice, right? I can't really go too deep. Besides giving like scientific definitions, I can't really go too much medically, given Kirk's situation due to the fact that I'm not clinical and it's definitely way above my pay grade. However, what I will personally say in this is to please, and definitely let the general public know, and I beg you guys to please get yourself checked out and go seek a primary physician to make sure that you're in tip-top shape as best as you can. Make sure you do your yearly checkups or monthly checkups or biannual, semi-annual, quarterly checkups, whatever it may be, just to make sure that everything is set up when it regards to your health, because it can really set you up for the long term, for a long, prosperous living, right? Otherwise, God forbid, you hadn't gone to the doctor in God knows how long, right? You hadn't seen him. All of a sudden, something happens to your health. You get stuck in the hospital, and you could end up being in Kirk's situation. Now, I do want to actually go a bit further. To those that don't have medical insurances, please, especially United States of America, please get health insurance. Whether it's at your job or it's something that you're going to have to pay monthly by yourself, right? If you're able to earn the yearly income and how much you've earned, your local state will be able to provide a form of health insurance that you easily afford, that can have doctors within your area that will be able to actually take care of you, right? And if you can't find a doctor and the doctor actually treats you like garbage and he actually treats you like God knows what and they mistreat you or bully you in any type of way, you have the right to literally can call your health insurance and let them know, I would like my primary care doctor to be changed, right? And they do have low monthly fees to actually go by with $25 a month, $30 a month, depending on your yearly income. Your state will find a way to give you affordable health care insurance. God forbid you don't get the health care insurance, right? Your tax returns will get deducted. Your tax returns will be shaved off by the thousands. Whenever you receive your tax breaks, they will cut much of your tax breaks off federally and on the state level if you continue uninsured. Right? So this is a big reason why you need to get health insurance to not only to maximize your breaks, but to also try and make sure you get your periodic checkups just to make sure that nothing really happens to you on the fly so that you don't go out in the way that Kirk is going out in. You know what I'm saying? And I have to actually try to wake myself up in regards with that. I can tell you like a story like this personally. I have like a situation where I'm dealing with fatty liver right now. And I have to do everything I can to actually try and change, where I eat, have to change like lifestyle habits. I personally don't even drink. I have to try and make sure I had to cut sugary drinks out of what I eat. I have to actually make sure I incorporate more fruits and vegetables, try and go leaner with chicken and fish, just to make sure that the liver levels is coming back to normal. And I know it's going to take some time for me. But all I'm saying to you is this: get health insurance, please. It can literally have you go a long way. It can literally help prolong your life in a long time because you got a bunch of healthcare professionals that are willing to actually help maintain your life mainly down the line. Okay? And in closing, I do want to give my sincere condolences to the family of Kirk Medas. Also to close friends of Kirk Medas, the entire Floribama show cast, crew, production. My deepest condolences go out to all of them. Amy, Nilsa, Jeremiah, the whole crew. I am very, very, I'm extremely deeply sorry for your loss. I hate what happened to what Kirk is going through. And I do want to definitely let everybody know, everyone that's definitely watching, to please get health insurance, get affordable health insurance, and make sure you handle your monthly checkups. All right? No more talk for me. Thank you very much for watching this clip. Thank you very much for watching this video. Chris Paul from Nerd Chronicles is signing out.